Hello, I'm IBX. Hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. This is going to be my jankiest live stream for a while, I'll be honest with you. But, you know, I got the goods for you. I'm going to be doing the most exciting Minecraft activity known to mankind, because I'm going to be placing torches. You might think, Toy Cat, placing torches, how long can you do that for? But when you've got a world as big as mine that you intend to torch up as comprehensively as I do with mine, there's a lot of torches that need to be placed. And we're doing so on a pretty uniform 6x6 grid. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first, before any of all of that, hello, I'm IBX Toy Cat. It's been close to a month now since I last live streamed. I think maybe an exact month actually. And I've missed it. It's been a while. I've missed you all even. I've missed... The only thing I've missed more than you is live streaming, I would say. So, yeah, how are you all doing? Do you like... just as a... if you want to... So, I'm in the United States right now. I'm going to be here for the next 3 months. You already know that, though, if you're watching a live stream, most likely. So let's just instead mention the jankiness of how all of this is having to go down. I don't even know if this is streaming at the correct quality or, like, if there's a serious... Again, I hope everything's running fine right now. But, yeah, I'm running this, so I've got myself a controller. Can you see this? Wait. Oh my god, I literally can't even see my own webcam. Hello, are you can you see me right now? So here is my controller. It's plugged in via USB, because it's Bluetooth, but I couldn't get the Bluetooth to work correctly. And then I've got a microphone over here. I've got a little shield, but even that shield and this sheet over here that you might be able to see, even all of that isn't dampening the echo enough. It just sounds ridiculous right here. And then only to 720p, but it's good. The webcam is laggy. That's an interesting one. And then I've also got, just because sometimes I need to keyboard mouse it, I've got a tiny little Logitech mouse right here, and I can play on the keyboard because it's a laptop, because I need it to be portable, because obviously it's 2 months, and then I've got to bring it home right there. So, yeah, it's very strange. And just in case you're like, okay, well, that's kind of strange, Toy Cat, but I'm glad to see you. That must be the end of where that thought goes. Let me tell you something kind of interesting right here. So I decided to like set up a stream setup because I don't have a green screen. That's just my kitchen and a plant and a screw back here. I just found this screw on the floor one day and it's like, man, that seems important somewhere. So I don't have a green screen right now, but what I do have, which is arguably better than a green screen, is I have this amazing stream technology where I can show off not only if anyone is, yeah, as you can see, I can show, oh god, can I show anything? Also, yeah, this really is laggy, alright, like I'm moving so slowly. But look, I can show you my name in case you forget who I am. There's this thing, in case you think to yourself, you know what, Toy Cat, your screen is not covered enough. Hey, good to see you, Mother Russia! I am happy to see you too. It has been too long, am I right? I can do quite a few weird things. I can show chat if I want to. You better believe I don't. Wait, can you see chat? I can't see chat. You know, there's meant to be chat in that corner right there. Because this is a template. I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Comes with a bunch of templates built in if you want them. And I don't. I just want you to remember I'm IBX Toy Cat. You guys heard of me? I haven't seen you for so long. So thank you. Good to see you, Mother Russia. Good to see you, Ebsk, Kelium. And also some new faces here today. We can't see the chat. Yeah, it's weird, this camera angle, lol. Yeah, I'm so, like, everything... I have a, wait, let me show you something. I have a thing I intend to set up. Like, I have another webcam that I intend to use, but I guess I might as well. If my webcam's this laggy, I guess we can just do it right now. You know, what is a live stream? You know what, let's place one more torch, so that people can't be like, Toy Cat, you said you placed torches. Where's the torch placing at? You know, look, here you go. Here's some torches. You can't say I didn't place any. And look how safe I've made it right now. So now let's go back into the non-torch zone. I'll actually light that area up as well. Let's just get away from the threats. Nice and safe over here, I'm sure. And let me go grab a webcam. See if I can make this work better. Hey, hello.
This is my first Toy Cat tax. Happy to see you stream again.
Hey, thank you. I'm happy to see me stream again too. Can you even hear me from over here? I hope you can. I'm happy to see me stream again too, friend. Okay, I've got a second webcam. I'm setting it up right now. Will it work in time is the question. The answer is I don't know because I am not a psychic. Okay. Whew. Hello. Hi. This is. Do we notice me, Toycat Senpai? Hey, Dank Derpy. Sure. Also, it's good to see you. This is literally all the money in a bank account, but have a great day. Still playing Minecraft 360 and loving it. I think it's so cool how many people are playing the 360 edition of Minecraft to this day, and are like just discovering the videos or whatever about it. Yeah. Thank you, Phil 4000. I do appreciate that. By the way, I don't know if you're here today, Emma Swift, but I did get your super chat randomly during my Let's Play, actually. And I was like, oh, that's nice. You know, that's the most selfless type if you really think about it. Okay. So, I've got a webcam that is theoretically setting up. Oh, no, I can't use my mouse to do so, though. Okay, I got this.
Woman shrugging.
Hey, thank you. I've missed you too. It's been so long since I've seen the white woman shrugging that I just what is it? Medium skin tone, female shrugging. I don't even know your skin tone that you shrug in anymore, Jess Slimmer. But it's been too long, right? It's been too long. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna set up properties, change. Oh, hello. Yeah, this is such a rough looking camera, right? I'll be honest with you. Whereas this. Oh god, this is such a bad angle. Okay, there we go. Whereas that, oh man, you're just too far away from me, aren't you? If I put it like up here, maybe. Oh, I think I broke it. Maybe. Okay, how about you just look at my ceiling? It's a nice ceiling, right? Again, you can see I had to put this here. Oh, my PC needs to restart to finish setting up this device. Okay, wait. If I just unwrap this, put it on my screen physically. Am I being attacked? I think, oh look, there's my hand, do you like my hand? It's good. You know what, hand cam, for years you've said my hands are delightfully feminine, and finally I reward you with a little bit of hand cam. It's funny how many people have showed up here today, and I'm just like, you know, I don't even know how to live stream. I'm trying my best, but I'm just not succeeding. Maybe if we go like that? Oh, no, oh. Okay, wait, if I just try from here, and then I zoom in, maybe? Okay, wait. Hello, how are you all doing today? You know, I want to use you today, but also I don't think it's going to work between me and you. Just angle a little bit more down. Okay, there we go. There we go. This is way too low down now, though, right? Like, I'm looking over here, and you're up there. Like, it feels like you're getting a POV cam or something. Whatever, we'll come back to this another day. I'm sorry. Hello, I missed you. That was dumb. That was a that was a fun little diversion, though. Where in America are you? Says Joshua Marks. I'm in Nevada. Or, as it said in America... Oh, I'm in America. I should be speaking American. Sorry. My bad. I'm from Nevada right now. I live in the Nevada Valley. Have you guys seen the weather recently? It's crazy, am I right? Like, I've never seen anything like this before. I feel like I'm zooming my grandpa. That's what I'm really giving you right now. The trying to set up something on the fly experience. I do literally live in Paradise, Nevada. Which is crazy. I learned a fact the other day because I was trying to put my address into something. Do you want to know a crazy... This fact sounds fake, but Paradise is a place that exists. It's an unincorporated place. But it doesn't exist on addresses. Like, my address does not say Paradise. My address says Las Vegas. Like, anywhere I want to go. Even though it's not legally Las Vegas, it's just close enough that to avoid confusion, it's just called Las Vegas on things. It's like, man... How is that a thing? How do you just get away with being like, yeah, it's close enough? Like, imagine living in, you know, there's surely a great example somewhere else out there. I can't think of it right now, but I'm sure let's place an acacia wood plank here. Have a little torch on top of this too, by the way. Imagine living anywhere else where it's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna call you by Like, also, welcome back. Glad to see you again, says Jessica Forsyth. Hey, I'm glad to see you again. Also, it's like when your cat goes missing, you find him in a random shelter. Welcome back. You know, I went missing for a bit, and now I'm in the American shelter.
It's like when your cat goes missing, and you find him in a random shelter. Welcome back.
Hey, thank you, Mischievous. Honestly, I had, like, the hugest nerves about, like... I don't know, maybe I'm just, like... I think about things too much. Or maybe I think about things too little. But, I know, I had this weird thing of just realizing that, like, you know, even if you stop streaming for, like, a few days, there's a certain number of people who are like, well, I'm gonna move on, forget you exist. So after, like, a month, I was legitimately terrified. Like, I had no real clue. Also, okay, YouTuber's telling me my quality is too high. I'm legitimately getting a message being like, please can you turn down your quality from YouTube. Okay, I've got to fix that right now. That's a new one. Can't say I've had that. Oh, I literally can't fix it while I'm streaming. So I'm going to have to quickly turn it off and on again. I love you. Huh, that was a weird one. That was a very weird one. Suffering from success. I wish I was suffering from success. That sounds like the best thing to suffer from, right? Like, oh no, everything just goes too well for me. It's so awful. Like, I do think we definitely... I think we always are looking for challenges as people. But I also think that, you know, because there's a certain amount of success we need. You know, success is a kind of broad way we describe a lot of things. But, like, there's a certain amount of doing well, of, like, praise and whatever else you want to call under the same umbrella. There's a certain amount of that we need to survive, right? We need to feel like... But, like, once you've gone past that, like, oh, yeah. I wouldn't mind if I was horrifically successful at all of my hobbies. Actually, I think, you know... if you don't mind me diving into it a little bit more, I think one of the interesting weird downsides of the second channel is I never really intended for it to be anything, and then it started making
Welcome
like...
back, Mr. Cat. What a small world it is indeed. Nice to see you back in the Minecraft world. Enjoy the hot weather out there.
So first of all, what a small world, am I right? Yeah, so, you know I know what you're referencing, but instead I choose to believe you're referencing how small my Xbox 360 sized world was. And yeah, indeed, 864 blocks by 164 is incredibly small objectively. Also, thank you just for comments. Been a cheap cat for a month now, no regrets. Yeah, no, the fact that 382 people remain members of... But first of all, thank you, Is a Loser. Good to see you here after all this time. Your name... Every time I hear your name, I'm like, I get it. That's funny. Like, it's memorable for that. Hey, Dank Derpy Gaming. Okay, you know what? I've heard a few people recommend it to me. Even my editor, he's like really, really big on it. So like he gets offended when I miss the references. But I'm just like, I've got this problem where if anything is like overhyped, like when too many people tell me to watch something, I'm like, how about I don't? Like, mate, I don't know what my problem is. Like, I'm sure I would love it. It sounds cool, like bizarre. You know, actually, chat, where can I watch it? Is it Netflix? Is it... Like, I'm in America now, so I can watch more things. If it's on one of the free streaming services that I already have, if it's Disney Plus, Netflix, or Amazon Prime, I'm in. If it's not one of those free, do you know what I'm not? I'm not in. Money for the Travis Scott burger at McDonald's. Okay, I'm really torn about this Travis Scott McDonald's burger deal, right? On the one hand, get money, get paid. I am just hyped for anyone who's like, yeah, you can watch it for free on Tubi. Tubby? Are you calling me fat, Pie Girl? Is that what this is? You know, you're called Pie Girl. How you like it when I reverse that on you? I know you're not calling me fat, but you know, it's an excuse to get a little jab in. Internet friends, really. And who doesn't want to do that? But second of all, it's on Crunchyroll. I refuse to... Okay, you know what? I don't know. I have like this aversion to Crunchyroll because it's like, if you sign up for that, then I'd have to watch so much anime to make it worthwhile, right? And it's like, I'm not going to watch anime just because you know, like, there's this problem with, also, Alina Khan. There may or may not be a clever pun on my name, like, Is a Loser, but my life is a joke. Doesn't that not count? You know, you say your life is a joke, but it sounds like you're doing pretty well based on your 5-second synopsis from Twitter. So no, your life is no joke, therefore you're not memorable. Alina who? Alina can't make a good joke with her name, and that is that's why she'll always be a disappointment to me, and that's why we'll never remember her. There we go. That's your pun. Would you rather live in the UK or USA? Why? I think I have to be very careful about like saying I want to live in America while being here as a visitor. Like, it's a whole funny process that like you legally can't, while you're visiting, you can't do anything that affects your long-term status. And I had like a very strongly worded hint that like you gotta be careful about saying stuff like that online. But what I will say, that won't be jeopardizing anything. What I will say is I really like a lot of things about America. Like okay, first of all, one of the cool things about, also JoJo's on Netflix at the moment, in the UK at least, not sure about the US. Oh, Netflix lets you VPN anyway, so I'll just VPN over to the UK. It'll be fine. Yeah, you know, I might give it a try. After this, I've got like I might be barbecuing or grilling, as they call it in America. Wait, actually, is it cool? I think barbecuing is a thing in America, right? What's the difference between grilling and barbecuing? But there's like a barbecue by the pool here. It's very interesting. But yeah, so as far as what's your least favorite Death Note character and why, says Joseph. What makes you think I watch Death Note? You don't know I watch Death Note, but I do, and it's my least favorite is probably, honestly, it's either Mello or the other one. I forget their names, but I just dislike them both intuitively. Like, if you're gonna be like a super, police detective or whatever, you've got to be like in it for the right reasons, not just like, oh yeah, I was chosen to be this, and I guess I just decided I would. They're not even good. It's called a barbecue, and you grill there. Oh, you grill on the barbecue. You don't barbecue on the barbecue, like you do in the UK. Again, there's a lot. The cool thing about America to me. So first of all, I love anywhere that, again, it always sounds so ignorant when you say it this way, and people will be like, wow, Toy Cat won't learn another language. I've tried to learn languages. I would love to learn a language such that I could understand it like a native. But at this age, it's very unlikely that I will. And even if I could, the amount of time that is, versus if I want to like hop into New Zealand or Singapore or America, do you know what? I hop over there, and then we can start to converse. Conversation is how we grow as human beings, like actually challenging each other's beliefs and views and stuff. How's your day from 1 to 100, says Jack Cuff. Jack Cuff, my day is a solid, I don't know, I would be like a solid 90, but I'm so, like, it's a form of anxiety I can't really describe about my recording setup. Like, I just recorded 2 videos today. Until those videos are released, which are tomorrow, it's Friday and Sunday. Until those videos are released, I have no idea if it was even worth me waking up today, Like, if you record a bad video, why record a video at all, That's kind of it's a worrying, like, I know, it's a mindset I'm trying to instill in myself, which sounds counterproductive, but we could talk about it some other time. But then, like, I'd say, like, that brings me down to, like, 80 something. And also I had some I had some spicy sauce that like made me hiccup a bunch, and usually if I hiccup it means my body, like, I don't know why my body just doesn't process spicy food. Like, it literally just it what's a polite way to say this, it yeets it out the other end, and that's like a worrying sign when that happens. Anyway, so regarding the US America thing, the thing I really liked about America, I think I've said this before, like I always feel like I have like a lot of people hate how it is here, and I feel for those people so bad. Like, if you hate, a lot of for every upside in a system, there's always downsides. People who think that there's such thing as a perfect system with no downsides don't live in the real world, or they're lying to you. I don't know which it is. So the system in America is very, very, very good for, mobility, in terms of like, if you're willing to, go get something. There is a way, you can argue about how easy the way is, you can argue about how geographically spread that is, but because I used to work online, and basically that's a thing, almost all of the big money was from the American players, and like, rather than being like, we'll only hire American for this job, the fact that they're all like, yeah, like, and the fact that kind of, I see that everywhere around me too. Like, right now I'm in Vegas, which is kind of like America squared, like, I've always liked that kind of attitude. There's a few things I don't like people are very brash here in a way that makes me uncomfortable as a British person. But as far as like the main tenet of the culture, it's kind of a cool thing, right? Also, Laura Shoesmith, you don't look like a member of the undead community today. Oh, Creeper. You know, that's on you, Laura Shoesmith. You don't look like a member of the undead community today. Good job. Is this the kind of like the minimum necessary compliments we were talking about before? Like, you know, you don't look like garbage today, so good job. Keep doing you, man. But no, so as far as I have looked dead for the last while. I've been wearing, I know this is dumb, but most of the time in the UK you don't need sunscreen, and I have this like big aversion to getting reliant on something. Like, even if there was a drug that would save my life, it's like, but do I want to get used to that? Like it's right now I have contacts in because I need contacts. The moment I go to a live without contacts, I can't see, and that like hurts me a little bit. I'm like, but I like seeing. So now I'm tied to going and buying little pieces of plastic that can go in my eye and make me see every 3 months, I think it is. Every month I have to switch them, but like every month it's like I hope society hasn't fallen. Like there's something that kind of hurts me about needing other people, like especially like hoping that other people will do something out of the goodness of their own heart is usually a questionable thing. So like at least when you live in a system where it's like, oh yeah, but there are lots of people who want to go do a thing for you because they know what the rewards are for that. I like that bit better than like, well, you better hope that someone just feels like helping you, because if they don't feel like helping you, you better believe that you are screwed, you know? Because people are generally very good one-on-one, but you can't rely on you know, like if you, oh god, when you start to rely on other people's, actually this is the bigger question here, right, is like, are humans good or evil inherently? Like, will someone help you out if you need it? And they aren't, like, a lot of people get trapped down the like, humans suck all the way, we're the worst things in the world, or not. And in reality, it's like, you know what? If it's easy enough to do, humans generally help each other out. But if it's not easy to do, or it's like sustained, or you imply that someone should, then they're like, like, you have to help me. My foot's trapped under this rock. And it's like, well, I could not help you. What are the downsides going to be? Your tone of voice is very rude today, is it not? Laser eye surgery, Toy Cat. I actually want laser eye surgery. This is dumb. The biggest reason I don't want it, it's not even the fear of like 0.1% chance of going blind or whatever. It's the idea that I'd have to go 3 days not looking at anything. And also, I've got degenerative or no, yeah, I think it's degenerative. I'd be able to get some good home tasting tea over there. Okay. This one will hurt you, Silica. I'm sorry to let down Team GB like this, but I don't even drink tea. When I do drink tea, I love American tea because it's not tea in the slightest. They don't know what tea is. They're just like, what if we made water that was like 95% sugar? And it's like, yes, you get me, America. That's what I want. I want to be vaguely hydrated, but really what I'm looking for, oh Christ, really what I'm looking for here is just a sugary, tasty experience. Thank you for delivering it. Again, so like, an interesting thing, like, one of the stereotypes about America and the UK, besides, you know, like, I don't know, make a school shooting joke, but one of the stereotypes about Americans in the UK is something size, right? Like, oh, the food is so unhealthy there. Yeah, how would you not get fat? And that's, you know, some part that's true. But I'd like to mention that's the kind of thing that I find fascinating. Like, people are so insistent on fulfilling your needs here, they'll do it to your own detriment if you request it. Like, I don't know, like, if you ask someone, hey, why can you please give me some, I don't know, it's kind of like a drug dealer almost, you could argue, where like, do you want your drug dealer to judge you and be like, not that I have drug dealers, by the way, I should clarify, but do you want your drug dealer to be like, you know what, this is your 5th time asking for crack this month, Timmy. You sure you don't want to lay off it a little bit? You know, I've got a great program to help you. Or do you want your dealer to be like, here's the stuff, leave me alone. If you die in an alleyway, it's not my problem. And the answer is like, depending on the situation, we kind of want.
To say hello.
Hey, hello, Yumiko Neko. I love that name. Also, get a new webcam this money. I do have a webcam. I just didn't correctly set it up. I could correctly set it up, but I shan't today. You know, Kyle, let me flex on you my 2 web. Actually, I could make a setup using both probably, if I try hard enough, or if I believe. I can work it out. but we'll do that later. Also, this is a cave I've never discovered. Like, I've never dove into this cave until just now. There could be... Okay, I apparently have been in here. Well, there goes the mysteriousness. I love caves that are like, ooh, could be anything down here. But if you've been, that means all the good stuff is probably found. You're not going to find anything too revolutionary. Only stuff that, like, used to spawn but doesn't anymore. Oh, it's because it's part of another cave. Okay. That makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense. Place a torch over there. Imagine not hardcore, says Anshu Slamaka. Oh man, I am so hyped for hardcore to come to Bedrock. I will mention this every day until it happens. I want hardcore on Bedrock because I want to do something crazy. Wait, I had an idea today. Oh, yesterday. McDonald's isn't very good, says Burger King. See, have you guys heard about this? This isn't what they're doing today, obviously. But have you heard that Burger King, like, corporate, like, again, that's not what just happened right now. But the corporate Burger King is like, they're going on to streamers' streams and like super chatting as Burger King and promoting their Big Macs or whatever. And I think it's this like, it's the smartest guerrilla campaign in history that like is upsetting a bunch of influencers. Because they're like, usually for a Burger King promo, I'd get paid like, you know, $1,000, $5,000, whatever it is. Now they're just giving me $5 on a live stream, you know? It's like, it's very fascinating. So the stream's going to be somewhat more frequent now that the setup is up to par, says Trenton XO. I wouldn't describe it as up to par yet. I definitely want to work on it some more. But yeah, I'm hoping to stream every week for now. I want to work out I'll work out how to get it more frequent in the future, I hope. If, you know, like, again, I miss streaming quite a lot sometimes. It's going to take a while till I feel comfortable streaming with the setup. It might not even happen. It might be, you know, one a week until we're back in the UK. I don't want to promise anything right now. That's for sure. Can they donate to me? Right, like, I would love, honestly, there's a reason they don't do this, because it's not effective. But I think that'd be the smartest, like, another, like, advertising campaign move. Just a man dressed as the Burger King, giving away dollar bills. Just like, here's $1, friend. Actually, I feel like $1 isn't very much in America. Like, okay, $5 bills. You know, I've quintupled the budget. When I watch your videos, I keep saying Toy Cat is yes. What does it mean, and when did it... Vetoes.
What does it mean?
Oh, they said it vetoes. So first of all, thank you so much. Inimitable. Thank you very much. Nice 5 FPS webcam. Should I turn off the webcam? Do you think it's like more distracting having a camera that looks like this than it is to just not have one? You know, let's see what we can do. You know, if it's that distracting, we could just set this one up and then zoom it in a bunch, right? It's just so high up there. It's kind of weird, right? Okay, wait. New idea. Wait. If I set it up over here... Okay, this is like gonna be right in my face. Oh, you can all see me setting it up. That's nice. This is in my face now. So now if we, hello, you're in my face, but like off to the side, and now it looks a bit more like it normally does. Oh Christ, oh. Okay, it's locked down, I think. So now you're looking off to the side, but it should be 30 FPS or whatever, right? You like this, and then if I just rotate a bit more. Hey there, friends, look at that. We can play some Minecraft together. And now I can look you in the eyes if I want to say, you know what, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate the 397 of you who are members. Despite, no, like, again, one of the things about the internet that's really cool is it's happening right now all the time. Like, previously, if you were going to do, like, you know, if you've ever watched a movie or a TV show, do you know when those TV shows and movies are filmed? You might think, like, oh yeah, like, a few weeks before, a few months before.
Figure out what to put here, so I'll just put a cute face.
Hey, thank you, Yumiko Neko. Love your... You know, your username confuses me a tiny bit. You know, I know it means something about Japan. Something, and then Japanese word for cat. But I love your cute face. And, you know, I have a cute face too. We have a lot in common. Hit me up. But no, eat a Big Mac and I'll whip your ass. See, the fact that like that Burger King thing is so famous that there are even fake Burger Kings out there, like going out and like doing the same thing for them. I love that. I find that spectacular. I find that fascinating. But yeah. So to go back a tiny tangent or two. Yeah, let's go this line. We're gonna keep on placing these torches. Man, it's so dumb that I miss placing torches. Like I was like, I want to finish the torch project, and then the other one I wanted to do is I wanted to finish the stone project. So I'm like, man, am I boring or is it just sounding boring? You know, like I always like things that sound like hype. Like I want to make a strider pathway out of lava in the Nether, so that I can stride across it. That sounds cool. That's new. That's exciting. I know it's super strange, right? I joined and that was the first thing I heard. You have a cute face. I have a cute face. Hit me up, says Redwater Writing. You know, if you come to a ToyCat live stream and you expect rational, reasonable thoughts well presented, you know, I have some bad news for you, friend. I have some bad news for you. Okay, place a torch over here. Place a torch over here, I guess, as well. Or is it over there? No, that's good. We're bueno. Your commentary is amazing, says Crumpets. Is it that my commentary is amazing, or that I spend so little effort playing the game that I have to be at least okay at talking? No, honestly, I don't like to admit this to anyone, because I feel like if I admit it, like, I want people to think that the stream is mostly about Minecraft, but I much prefer the streams where we're doing something, like, relatively basic, because it means I can focus more effort on saying, like, oh, thank you, Dank Derpy Gaming, or, do you still do name rants? Says, off-brand Koya's bar of soap. Your name is a 2 out of 10, if you want a name rate. Man, it's been so long since we did the name rates on stream, that is a whole fun thing. But, so yeah, I find, one of the things I find most interesting is just, like, having a discussion. You know, I feel like that's how we grow as people. That's what we do. That's how we be. And, you know, there are some really interesting discussions to be had. And it feels weird because people don't expect Minecraft to be the medium for that. But that's sometimes what makes it an even better medium. The unexpected has a real power. Because when you expectations are like, sometimes expectations can make something so much better, and sometimes they can make it, like, significantly worse. And I find, like, you know, like, if you I think an example, if there's oh, look at this random hillside. If there's an event in your life you're expecting to be great, and then it's, like, good, you're like, yeah, that was great. Like, expectations can turn a good thing great, but also expectations can do the opposite, and they can turn, like, a vaguely bad thing into the worst thing in your life. Like, for a while in my life, I would say it was defined, especially during the school years, if I had a presentation or something to do, I would have, like, I don't know how to describe it, like, my whole life would go faster knowing that, oh god, there's a terrible thing happening to me soon. Like, I don't want that thing to happen, and so anything that wasn't that would feel better by comparison. But I'd be, like, nervous, shaking, or whatever it is. You know, just the whole time. The expectation of something bad, like, even, okay, here's another one. I was on a 16-hour flight recently. It was a very comfortable 16-hour flight. You can learn more if you want to know what I mean by that on the second channel soon. But it was a very comfortable 16-hour flight. But still, it went by so fast because I was non-stop nervous about, you know, the American government and the probing into my life that I get every time I come here. You know, like, and indeed I was correct about that fear. Like, that was one of the worst 3-hour periods of my. In fact, that was probably the worst 3-hour period of 2020. And as a result, it makes everything go faster before it. And I've always wondered if we could, like, use these things to our advantage. Because do you ever have, like, let's call it, like, a weekend off? Do you ever have, like, you know, a vacation, I believe is what people call them? This is my first attended live stream. If IBX Toycat says I own all the beans. Your username is I own all the beans. That's fun. You got a fun username there, friend. You know, everyone has a story behind their name, and yours is that you own all the beans, and you had to share that with someone. But no, on the like when there's something like when there's nothing bad in front of you, life goes slower. The more bad things in front of you there are, the faster life goes, because you're like just dreading that kind of thing. Or like the slower it goes, I guess. The slower it gets you to that point. Anyway, you know what? Time is relative. One of the quotes from Einstein that I didn't understand till much later, because one of the ways that Einstein, smart theoretical physicist, you all know that, because he's, you literally call people like, you're a real Einstein, but just in case, not theoretical even, just physicist, sorry. Theoretical physicist, I'm a theoretical physicist, you get me? Like, theoretically, that's a job I could do. Anyway, so, I want to just mention that, like, one of his explanations was like, yeah, if you're talking to a pretty girl, a minute feels like a second. If you're on fire, a second feels like a minute. And I thought that's what relativity actually was. Like, the whole theory, because he explained it that way. And I was like, well, this is why more explanations are in order. This is what's wrong with the school system, really. Dank Derby Gaming says, also, you're the best. I love you watching your videos, says Endless Heart. Thank you very much, Endless Heart. And Dank Derby Gaming. If a fan was to find where you lived and break into your house, how would you feel? Also, on a completely re-elected note, can you open a window? No, I know this is a funny joke, and I'm not, like, too panicked about it. But for real, there was a huge, like, quest to find me a while ago. And it's like, no, don't... I can't believe that there is anyone on the internet that genuinely thinks that's an okay thing to do. Like, it's super, super terrifying. Let's call it the lack of boundaries on the internet, right? Like, there are some... Because when, like, you can... From where you are, like, the truth is, in real life, a lot of things are based on trust and this and that. On the internet, there's no trust, there's no reason to be a good person. And some people are like, the easiest way to get a strong reaction from someone is to freak them out, or better yet, to ruin their, if you ruin someone's day, they'll be mad at you, and that's like a response. Sometimes people just want a response. And one of the things people were trying to do is like, oh yeah, what if we like try to dox the thing? What if we try to find the, and it's like, no. And so one of the things that I guess is like new to me, this is the first time I've done this in my life. Send me thumbnail ideas for America streams to draw, says Alcazar. The thing is, usually I have so many stream ideas that I have to like turn some off or whatever. Right now my stream bank is running low. But like I want to do an IRL stream, but whenever I try IRL streaming, it always breaks down. Like I even bought a subscription to something StreamLabs Prime, in case you're curious, like so I can make it work. And just my internet doesn't let me stream. If I start streaming, it stops working very quickly. It's very sad, because I feel like I'm in such an interesting part of America, right? I'm in literally Vegas, right? I'm in paradise. And it's like, that's a part of America, like, that's a very, very iconic part of the US that maybe some people would enjoy seeing. But I just can't get the stream tech to work right now. It's like people who treat the ones they see on the internet like entertainment objects, so the boundaries are meaningless compared to their own entertainment. Yeah, that's the thing. So many people before now kind of want you to treat them like entertainment objects. If not themselves, then the media will portray them that way. Like, oh yeah, look at this entertainment figure. Dance for us. Media pig, monkey, whatever. And so on the internet, like, if you watch a YouTuber, that's just a dude most of the time. I hope everyone was alright during the stream break. I know how helpful Toy Cat streams are for reducing anxiety. I actually put it, just for anyone who is missing streams, or like, oh yeah, there's just too few of them these days. On the main channel, youtube.com/toycat, I put like I put the unlisted live streams playlist there. So if you want to find them, it's now a step easier to do. Because I know in reality, like, I can say that you gotta go if you tell people on the internet to do anything that takes more than 2 steps, most people aren't gonna do it, and that's kind of fine. But yeah, the one of the things the internet allows us to do is entirely dehumanize people on an extreme scale. Like, I generally think never before have we been able to invalidate other people's humanity on a scale that we can do it on the internet. There's so many huge examples of this, but the simplest one is just like, if you're mad at someone on the internet, you don't even see them as a person anymore. You see them as a totem of all the things that you dislike, almost, right? Like, you know, when someone has done something wrong, there is no they're a good person besides this one thing. They are just the bad thing that they did. In real life, when you see someone's done something wrong, like, oh yeah, your dad called you a meanie head. You're not, you know, you're like, haha, funny one, dad. I assume people's dads call them mini heads. Mine left when I was 5, and I still haven't gone over it. Actually, left when I was a lot younger than 5. But you know, leaving my dad jokes to the side here. I need to sleep, by the way, at some point. You know, let's go sleep right now. You know, I don't want to live in the dark. Who does? Who does? Also, this whole little corner needs to be lit up as well. Do a drawing stream. That's a fun idea. I'm not good at drawing though. Like, people who are good at drawing, I love. You know, like, I love the idea of them being able to show people. But if you like, I'm not even not good at drawing. I just cannot draw good things good. That's just where it be, you know. Did you know there's over 5 languages in the world? Says Zachary Hartung. Technically correct. Technically correct. We're all living in the dark in 2020, lol, says Darcy Haynes. Hey, good to see you, Darcy. Did your dad actually leave, or are you joking? I never actually knew my biological dad. I remember the first time when I was like 17, maybe. I had to go on my first plane to get there because he lived in the part of the UK that isn't connected to the rest of the UK. I'll let you assume from that what you will. Oh, look at this. Look at this. My meat is off screen right now. That's a dodgy set of words to say. Okay, so, I find it okay. I think it's interesting that, like, on the internet we take people and we distill them to a single action sometimes, and like, I don't know, if you ever hear that someone's just done something wrong, like whatever that wrong thing is, and you're like, ugh. And we do it the reverse way sometimes too. Like, you look at one picture of someone, like, you know, let's say it's just an attractive model. Let's say it's a political figure that you really like that just did something great. You know, they just produced a tweet that showed the people you don't like who's boss, and you're like, this human being is delightful. I'm bending the knee to them, or whatever people say when they like political figures. You know, and it's like, well, you know, in reality, like, that, as with anyone who's going to exist, there's going to be, like, you know, ups and downs, flaws, downsides, upsides, yeah, things you agree with, things you disagree with anyone, right? Like, there is not a single person, even if you're a twin, you're born in utero. Wait, is that? I guess you can't be born in utero. But, like, no matter how similar you are with someone, there are the areas you diverge. There's a reason why, if you look on the internet, any hobbyist community will divide into two somewhere. Look at Minecraft. The Minecraft community divides into Bedrock and Java. Some people get super mad at the people who play the other version of the game. Or even, you know, or like, if it's not mad, it's like, oh, yeah, those idiots playing Bedrock, don't they know about the Java edition? Dumb, you know, 7-year-olds or whatever it is. And it's like, man, imagine, you know, you just looked at one feature of that person. And it's a person you mostly are on the same side with too. And you said, oh yeah, but they're not 100% with me, so... Ooh, about that one, huh? About that one. But we do this all the time, and it's insane, and it's...
I have failed no simp September. Hashtag simping.
Hey, no simp September. Oh, wait, actually, on Twitch it's called Subtember. So everyone, even though subscribe is something different on YouTube, if you're, you know, on Twitch, you know how much it costs to subscribe? I don't know, $5 probably. Do you know how much it costs to subscribe on YouTube? Hey, thank you for becoming a channel member. See, member is the actual equivalent of subscribing, but let's just call it September anyway. Subscribe to Toycat. Are you new around here? You want Toycat to have some subscribers? Better subscribe so he has them, huh? That seems smart to me. Seems like a thing we should perhaps be doing. Bedrock Edition is better because movable chests, furnaces, hoppers, etc. I mean, that's a really, really narrow reasoning, but, like, the point I'm trying to say is, like, let's look at the Bedrock world, right? There are people who play with touch controls and people who don't. And the people who don't play touch controls have such a superiority complex over those who do. Wait, do you want me to show you something cool? Oh, this laptop's not touchscreen. That's embarrassing. Can you turn up the the text-to-speech and member song? They're really quiet. So there's a problem right now. They're set up like it's just my desktop audio. Oh, the alert box has its own sound. Huh. Wait, I'm gonna replay your message. Yeah, it's playing through the.
Can you turn up the text-to-speech?
It's playing through the.
Really quiet.
I don't know why, but it's playing through desktop audio instead of its own thing, and I don't know why that is. I wonder how you can get the alert box to have a different sound. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work that one off the stream. Why advanced audio settings? Monitor. Yeah, if anyone is a Streamlabs, if anyone knows how to use OBS, how do I get the alert box audio to be separate to my desktop audio? Because honestly, the fact that Minecraft doesn't even have its own audio is like a toggle is kind of annoying as it is. So yeah, if you're familiar, let me know. You know, I unsubscribed a while ago. I think I'll resub. Not for any reason. I just stopped watching. That's interesting. Most people who stop watching don't unsubscribe, right? We have the stats that show the crazy level to which that is a thing, and I don't really hold it against anyone who unsubscribes either. Like, if you don't want to watch videos anymore, why would you be subscribed? Like, I don't. You know, it's really easy to have that. Like, again, easy to have the emotional response about the one thing I know about you. If you're unsubscribing, is like you are doing a thing that makes it less easy for me to. Oh, I think I did something bad. I'm sorry, but the one thing I know about you is like a fact. You know, like, oh, it makes it harder for me to get videos to people who might be interested in them. Therefore, it makes my livelihood harder, and therefore I could take that whole thing out on you. Like, oh man, I hate how all of this is, and you're the. But in reality, it's like, you're just a human doing a human thing. You know, most things that humans do, we have like a range of like entirely non-acceptable stuff, where it's like if you do that, anything in that box, you know, there's the you know, the murders, the murders, and the things even worse than that, anything involving you know, the children, etc. Like, you do any of those things, you're in the box of people that are like unforgivable. That one thing defines you, and like that's kind of useful for that thing. But we use the whole like you are defined by one bad thing so quickly on people. Also, I am beyond happy to see you in America again. See you again. I hope your time in America is wonderful. Man, it's been really good so far. Like I'm enjoying. Wait, I've got myself like a Del Taco drink right here. I tried. I love American fast food. Like, I love fast food, and America does fast food the most, and in my opinion, the best. Again, it's that kind of thing where, like, do you have a need that you really shouldn't have fulfilled, but you want to pay us money to do it? Heck yeah, we'll take your money for that. You can even see this attitude, right? Let's not talk about Corona yet. Actually, see, again, that's another thing where, like, you know, if we talk about that, people will assume a trillion facts about you based on one fact, and it's like, oh, don't want to deal with that. Andrew, come visit me. You know, where do you live? Give me an airport. I'll visit you right now, Alcacel. Yeah, if anyone knows how to separate the alert box audio, I'm like. Also, Andrew does a
cam frame. Glad to see you made it to the U.S.
Thank you very much, Nick. Again, I feel like if I'm not gonna have a green screen, I might as well do like that live streamer thing where it's like, ooh, look at this. You like how fancy this is? Yeah, this is fancy. Actually, I think I can do. Okay, wait. I'm gonna try it right now because I'm curious. Hey, also thank you, Nick. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Go to settings, bottom left corner, click on audio tab, then you can choose your second audio source. Go to settings, click on audio tab, and then we can set the second. Oh, it's disabled. So we set it to alert box. Okay, no, that's desktop audio device 2. Man, I thought we had it there. It sounded so good. Like, auxiliary device 2 maybe is alert box. No, I can't set that either. Yeah, it's a shame. Maybe if I set that as default also, then I have a second audio source that I'm allowed. Like, I don't know why the alert box is playing through my speakers, but it's not playing... Wait, I've got an idea. If I go to the alert box itself, and then we go to settings on this, there's got to be like a... Okay, alert. Okay, no, that's not what I want to do. Moderator tools, general settings, source, control audio via OBS. There we go. There's a button I can press. Okay, chat. I think we just did it. I don't know for sure. Okay, I'm gonna replay your. I'm gonna replay Nick's message. Aha! It's loud now, right?
Legit cam frame.
It's so
Glad
loud.
to see you made it to the US.
Oh god, that was so loud. Okay. Apparently the video is working on some AI thing that lets you green screen without green screen. Yeah, you can already do it right now. It's just really processor intensive. But my webcam has the tech built into it to allow you to green screen without green screen as it is. Wait, actually, that's what I was doing before I got distracted. Yeah, glad you got it. Lamau. Oh, did you tell me and I missed it, or are you just happy for my webcam fixing? Okay, so what I can do. Oh, I can't do this right now because I have to restart my laptop first. But if I want, just for fun, let's up the saturation on this. Look out! Hello, darkness, my old friend. It's come for me to say. I don't know that song. I'm sorry. I'm embarrassed. I can be super warm or super cold, but I can't be in between. I should get a light so I look less unattractive, huh? Number of people are like, wow, attractive Minecraft YouTuber. I'd be like, wow. Apparently a light is all you need for people to compliment you. Could you describe your first-hand experience from how the US election differs from the UK? I'm having zero involvement with the election over here. Legitimately, I'm excited to see election day. I want to go into a polling station and like try to vote. If that wasn't a crime, I would do it. To clarify, it is a crime if I try and do it, so I shall not. You hear that? US Border Patrol, not going to do it. No crimes committed here. I had a very serious talking to with the board where they're like, if you break any crime anywhere in the world, we'll know about it, and or like break any law. And I was like, that is a bold claim to be making. But you know, I wanna be very clear. No intention to break laws here. But I would love to. I actually voted in the 2016 election. Not just to clarify, for the purpose of anyone who's listening. I had a very close American friend at that point, and she was just like, "Yeah, you can have my vote, sure." And so I was like, "Here's who I want you to vote for." And you better believe they came third. I don't think they even came third, actually. They might have done worse than that. But you know, in America, it takes some real skills to vote for someone who doesn't come first or second, right? Everyone know the system over here, like most major countries have like two big parties, right? But here it's like, you want to vote for who you like? Wasting your vote, you idiot. What do you mean? Don't vote for the lesser of two evils? You don't understand our system at all, Toy Cat. Like why would anyone pick a candidate who they enjoyed? Why would you know, like, that's not how elections work. Democracy is not a process of working out who you want to be leader. It's a process of working out who you hate the most as leader. Which is actually, like, interesting enough, like, the biggest, like, downfall to current US president, right, is, like, he's, like, the least liked president in a while. At least to the group who would do the voting against him. And it's, like, it's crazy to me that, like, there's no point getting people passionate about voting for you in America. You gotta get people passionate about not voting for the other person, and then they go, well, what other choice do I have? I don't know about any other choices besides that. The Border Patrol watches your streams mostly for entertainment. I'd love it if that was true. I'd find that hilarious. I would love that. Actually, I'd hate it because I make a lot of jokes about crimes I may or may not have done in the past. And the problem, okay, this is like a very humor difference, but like sarcastically saying I did something I didn't, hilarious. Sarcastically saying I did something I didn't gets me in trouble with America every time. Like, what do you mean this? And it's like, oh, I was just joking. I was saying a thing, and it's funny because it wasn't true. Like imagine it, but you imagined if it was, but it was imagination where it was true. No, I don't get that humor. So anyway, even the fact that I just explained, you know, the very basics of politics, everyone like is kind of crazy, is like it's kind of wild, right? Toycat streams on the Immigration Detention Center. I mean, what are they gonna do? Kick me out of the country? Oh, that's exactly what they can do there. Hey, thank you. What is that? XSAO. Oh wait, I need to fix this up right here. My friends say that I shouldn't pay you so much, so you can stay slightly offensive about them. Also, this is my first super chat. My friends question why I pay you, mildly offend them for you. Okay, oxymorons, friends. Have you ever considered that you're the real morons? You ever considered that, like, supporting things that you enjoy on the internet isn't the dumb thing? You ever considered how, like, oh yeah, if I like something, I can make it exist? That's a power that oxymoron has that you don't. You know, if you want something to exist, you just hope that it happens anyway. Oxymoron is affecting the world. He's saying, I want this thing to exist more, and I'm putting it out there. And you know what you're doing, oxymoron's friends? You're sitting there hoping the world will happen by itself. And you know what? A lot of the time you might be right, but it doesn't mean what you're doing is smart. Like, just because you're accidentally right doesn't make you smart. And, you know, given that you're all his friends, you've been accidentally right your whole life, and I hope you realize that. I hope you realize that every time you've done something right, it's been not because of any smartness on your behalf, but purely because of, okay, is that correct? That is. But purely because everything has just accidentally gone that way. Also, thank you, Bob Free Studios. I have no idea what that comment means. But what I do know is that, can I even make this jump, by the way? Oh, I bet I totally can. It should be doable, right? I've just got to sprint just right. Or maybe I can't. Let's just break the block. So, any functioning human 2020. Right? Like, that's all. Honestly, like, I've got a whole video I want to make one video about American politics. Just one, and then move on from there. And then never read the comments on it because, you know, it's going to be a cesspit. But it's a very interesting system by comparison to the UK, and it makes me like somewhat grateful that there's even 3 to 5 major parties in the UK, because it's like I've been able to vote 4 times in my life now, if you count the referendum as one, and with the exception of the referendum, which was just like yes, no, in, out. Every other vote that I've had in my life, it's been like, you know, so there was one where I liked 2 major choices, and there was one where I hated them both so equally. I was like, oh god, why? What's happening over here? And I can't imagine having to be like, well, guess I'd better pick the one I hate the least. Like, imagine if you made any other decision in your life that way. Like, you're there, you know, you're like, hey, Toycat Tax, you should try mixed reality Minecraft, or maybe a viewers control my Minecraft world. Keep up the good content. Everyone donate to him, saying what version you play. Are we doing a poll via donate to Toycat? Because I love that idea. So, okay, let's place some torches on the ground around here. Because even though it's not part of the grid system, we need to light it up to prevent mobs from spawning. But yeah, so I imagine if we made any other decisions that way, like, so I've got NBA 2K7 here, and I've got Bad Rats for Steam. I have to play one of them. What else can I do? Like, can you imagine? Oh, you're in, you know, so one of your friends suggests, like, so I'm gonna throw up, I'm gonna vomit in your hands, and you're gonna eat it. And the other friend's like, oh no, it's okay, man, you can just lick my belly button. And you're like, oh, thank God he offered to let me lick his belly button. Otherwise, I'd have had to eat the puke from the other guy's hands. And it's like, but that why, whatever, you know. It's what it based. Okay, the alerts are still a tad loud. Okay, I got this. We bring that down a tad. Let's bring it down to like there. Toycat can live stream and then enjoy his evening. Must be odd, says Billow. Oh yeah, that honestly, I think that's the healthiest change about living. Like honestly, if I was becoming a long-term streamer, I think I'd want to live in the US, because to stream at the like hours that I want to stream, like based in the UK, it's like the middle of the day, which is bad on the one end because it means I have to make all my videos. Like I've been waking up at like 5 or 6 a.m. so I can make videos before the stream, etc. But the upside to that, you know, like the downside is I sleep at like 8 p.m. like or 9 p.m. like a nerd. But the upside of it, let's place some torches here and here and here. But the upside to that is the fact that it means when the stream is done, I'm not gonna have like a wrecked sleep schedule. I'm not gonna be like so tired the next day. That's kind of cool. Actually, not who said that. I wanna get good job on thinking about. Wait, who said it? I'm gonna find you. I lost it. Also, thank you, Strapia, for the heads up. You know, but yeah, it's totally true. It's totally true. Honestly, I don't like any of our options. Yeah, it's depressing that is the majority opinion, right? It's depressing. Because it's like it's not even like there aren't other options. It's just that everyone, because there's certain pieces of knowledge that if everyone believes them, they become true.
I just got here an hour late. Long time no stream. Hope you're having fun in America.
Thank you so much, Ack David. It has been a wait. I'm American, so I'm gonna respond to. It's been a hot minute. Haven't seen you in a hot minute out here. Wait, what's some other phrases? Howdy. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. How's? And then you ask some like question you don't really care about the answer to. That's how you be American. No, like. One of the things, like, I know it's like a stereotype that, like, men, like, bottle up their emotions and don't share them, but, like, people get angry at each other very publicly here, a lot. Like, if you're mad about something, you will tell someone. You know, like, the thing that I associate as, you know, like, thing on the internet is called, like, being a Karen. Everyone just does that all the time here. Like, people are very vocal and public about when they've been slighted, I guess you could say. And it's very, very, very interesting to me. That's another culture difference. Say y'all a lot. You haven't seen y'all in a hot minute, folks. Howdy. Petition for a 4th channel American accent compilation. Oh, Harrison, if you're watching, and I know you are, that is the best idea. By the way, check out the 4th channel if you haven't already. It's called IBX Toycat Live Streams right now. It's a very terrible name for a channel. We're going to change it as soon as I change it. As soon as I can be bothered. If we're being honest, that's the key limiting factor right now. But as soon as that happens, we're going to have a thing. Sometimes we reason and judge people using mathematically impossible standards that don't work well with discrete choices, like in the Barber paradox. Ooh, I'm going to search up the Barber paradox. Hey Google, what is the Barber paradox?
According to Wikipedia, the Barber paradox is a puzzle derived from Russell's paradox.
If the barber does not shave himself, then he is a man that does not shave himself, and therefore he must shave himself. What is that? Oh god, there's a drown. Okay. The Barber paradox is... I actually don't get it. One who shaves all those, and those only, who does not shave themselves. The question is, does the barber shave himself? Oh, I get it. If the barber shaves everyone who doesn't shave themselves, does the barber shave himself? And if he does shave himself, then he doesn't shave himself. Because he only shaves people who don't shave themselves. But if he... Oh god, I can't... This is nothing to do with politics. This has just broken me. You just... So I can't change the 4th channel name right now. Live, why not? I honestly, I don't even know the login for that channel anymore. Like, I'd have to... I don't even know the email for it. You get me? Like, you'd have to... Okay, wait. Send me the email, Harrison, on Twitter. Like, don't say it publicly here. And then... It's probably just IBX 4cat or something dumb. Hi, my brain hurts. Yeah, that was a dumb paradox. It had nothing to do with anything. It just broke me a little bit. But actually, to finish a point that I made an hour ago, but what are live streams if not places where you finish points that are long gone? So to finish a point from a long time ago, I was mentioning that on the internet, content is very now. So, you know, if you watch a TV show, like one of the crazy things to me, it blows my mind that they even just admitted this, because it's not a shame to admit it, I guess, but like, movies are usually filmed a year in advance. That's why so many movies have been able to come out, even though COVID stuff, because they haven't really had, like, next year is when we'll feel the drought of movies and stuff like that, and TV shows, I guess, too. I don't know how TV shows are affected, but, so one of the interesting things about that is that when they were filming Infinity War, I think that's the biggest movie of all time. It's probably Endgame, actually. They were like, oh, we're filming another movie that's going to come out a year or two later with the same cast. What if we just film them at the same time? And everyone's like, oh, that's genius. We'll save so much money. And it's like, yeah, even though there was a more than a year, I think it was more than a year, gap between the movies, they just figured, like, why not record them at the same time? And the fact that anyone can have that logic, the fact that there is any, you know, the fact that it's a thing is kind of like shocking to me. But yeah, that's just how the movie business works, right? But it's something you don't have on the internet. On the internet, you are seeing me record this now. As this is happening, you are watching, like, actually there's like a 5-second delay or so. Like, chat, say pineapples. The moment you see this, say pineapples. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we got some pineapples in 6 seconds. No, says Alina can't. You know, this is why your Alina can't say the correct word when it's essential to prove a point. So there is a 6 to 7 second gap between something happening. Like, you can see all the pineapples in chat. Like that. Thank you, by the way, everyone who said pineapples. I see all your names. I don't read all of them, but, you know, I do see some of them. It's good to see some green names in here, too. It's been a while since I've seen you fellas. Also, I laughed at the comment. I should not. It wasn't funny, so I'm not going to read it out loud. Okay, oh, God. Placing torches up here is a nightmare. So we just get lazy and start placing torches and, like... Is that even correct? That is correct. See, it just doesn't make sense to me. One of the things that I find interesting about the internet is it's all happening right now, which is great because it means that there's no delay between when something happens and when you can hear about it. Like, literally, I don't know, that Minecon news, there was like a 22-hour gap between when it came out and when I made my video, which felt like forever. 22 hours feels like decades on the internet. It feels like an inordinate amount of time, like an amount of time that just makes no sense. It's too long. And you know, in reality, it's like people enjoyed the video, the kind of breaking down what I thought about it, etc. But back in the old days, like every hour counted. When there was an update out, you know, it's a matter of hours, not days. And that's really cool because it means you can get stuff now instantly. Great, it's wonderful. But it does have a very terrifying. Oh, okay, we place a torch here. It looks like it has a terrifying kind of outfit about like, oh yeah, if you take a week off from the internet, you have gone for so long. If you take 3 weeks off from live streaming, it's more like 4 weeks. I take a 4-week gap. At this point, there are thousands of people who are like excited about live streams. Not anymore. There are 100 people who are like, yeah, what's the point of the membership anymore? I forgot what this was even for. You know, the fact that it was only 100 people once. Hey, thank you. Speaking of members, thank you for becoming a member. I can't see your name right now. I'm an awful human being. Wait, I'm gonna get it. Thank you, Brandon Wheeler. That like now recency thing is kind of wild. Because I feel like in most jobs at least, if you have a bad day, you don't think to yourself, I will be fired for this. If you have a bad day on the internet, it is you know, your pay is being docked starting that day, you know. To give a you know, which it sounds terrifying, is terrifying, but it like you know, to make it even more kind of terrifying, it's like even if you do nothing wrong, that can happen on the internet. You'll pay, oh, you got your pay docked. Why? Something algorithm changes, and therefore, and I actually think it's like a fair system to play by. Like I've always been a believer, only because, you know, maybe I'm only a believer because it worked out for me when I was young, when there were no job opportunities because you weren't allowed to hire children in my country, that I could find someone like. But I've always felt like, oh yeah, the system of, you know, live by the flame, die by the flame. What is the actual phrase of that? Live by the fire, die by the fire. Like I've always felt like it's like fair enough, if nothing else. But it also means like, oh, there is a terrifying lack of security in your job. Something that just sounds really good too, right? Like who doesn't want to be job secure? Drink water, please, says Jack Cuff. For you. By the sword. Oh, you're right, Deshi. Live by the sword, die by the sword. You know, I'm dumb. I'm really dumb. Okay, I don't know basic phrases. I'll learn them. I'll learn them all eventually. Okay, so this is 221 and then 345. Oh, we've already got one here. Okay, so I think we've actually torched the majority of the forest. We can look by just flying up. But I've gotten all the easy sections done at least. How much for the couch, says Ed, please. Do you want to sleep on my couch? Do you want to buy my couch? You know, I had this genius idea, right? I had this $1 trillion idea. Rent Airbnbs and then sell the furniture. Think about it. No one expects it. No one sees it coming. It's okay. This is dumb, and I hate that I enjoy this. But I watched like I watched the video Harrison made, like Toy Cat out of context, and I laughed at it a few times because I'm like, I didn't really say that, but like I can see me saying it. Like, it's a cool reminder of the fact that, like, again, it's so easy to hate someone for something they've said, but we say dumb stuff all the time that we don't even agree with ourselves. Jesus loves you, says CB's Random Diss. Thank you. You know, I hope he does. You know what? Jesus, if you love me so much, where's the super chat money though? You know, I'm just saying, Jesus, you haven't given me one little, you know, oh, thank you, Toy Cat, really proud of you. What's that all about? Why is it always indirect signs of you? You know, I can't pay my rent with indirect signs. Oh, it's cool, I'm technically renting right now. Isn't that fun? You know, the landlord becomes the landlordee. Land lead? Land lease? You know, I'm a person, that's who I am. But no, I say things all the time, and I'm like, oh, how do I say that? Because it, like, especially, think about this. I'm speaking for an hour at a time. Like, how long is this live stream? It's been an hour now, right? I actually have no way of tracking how long it's been. It's been probably an hour by now. And when you're speaking off the cuff this long, you're going to say some stuff, you know, because you're trying to articulate opinions, you're trying to maybe entertain, I'm going to say some stuff that I don't fully agree with. Like, I'm going to get it slightly wrong. Like, someone's going to go back in and be like, oh, Toy Cat, I can't believe you called insert here licking someone's belly button. And it's like, you know, is it... I'm not, you know, like, or like, oh, I can't believe that you think people shouldn't vote. And it's like, I never said that. I think I'm a big proponent for, you know, partaking in the system in which you live. Hey!
Thank you, Toy Cat. I'm really proud of you.
Oh god. You know what? Okay, you know. 10 out of 10. Thank you very much, Jesus. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Whoever did that, you know, I'm proud. Whoever did that, I'm proud of you. Internet stranger, you did a thing just to make strangers on the internet laugh. You know, like you could have used it to plug your OnlyFans, your Instagram, your Pinterest account, your Google Maps review account. You could have pimped any of those things, but you wanted strangers, even myself, to laugh, and you did a good job. You made it happen. And I'm proud of you, Jesus. Actually, who am I kidding? That was the real Jesus. That was my divine signal. What if his name is pronounced Jesus, as in Jesus? I was so blown away when I went to Mexico for the first time last summer, I think it was. And I went to Mexico City, and my Uber driver was called Jesus, and I was just meant to accept that fact. Like, yeah, Jesus is just it's pronounced Jesus, because like J's are H's in Spanish, because they got the memo about how the alphabet works wrong. But yeah, it's kind of wild to me that just yep, Jesus is a common name in Mexico, and it actually kind of makes sense, like, because they're a very Catholic. Well, I actually think it is actually Catholic. They're a very Catholic country. People are, like people. I used to, okay, wait, mildly offensive point, but you always assume people who name their children Muhammad, if they're like Muslim, is like, isn't that a bit dodgy? Like, this is your prophet, so you name your child that, and then you find that Jesus is a common name, and you're like, guess it happens in the lands of the Christianity too. Zotel acronym: Jesus money per his instruction. Oh wait, the barber paradox becomes interesting if it's phrased as policeman paradox. Is there a man who polices all those and only those who do not police themselves? Okay, so I find that to be less interesting because it's so unpractical, right? Like, I love the paradox, don't get me wrong, but wouldn't the better paradox be who can police the police? Like, that's a more practical one, because one of the problems, especially, like, right now the world's going through a whole... right now America, having some of the most militarized police, is going through a very anti-police thing. Who knows why that is? But, like, given that that's a thing in America, the question, like, there is a very, very armed, strong police. And the question is then, like, okay, well, they're here to serve and protect, I think is the official... I think that's only the New York Police Department. Like, oh yeah, like, they're here to protect and serve or whatever. So how do we make sure they're doing that? Who can police the police? Who is in charge of making sure that the police are, following the... if the police are there to make sure people follow the rules, who makes sure that the police follow the rules? And the answer is like, I guess it's very hard to have a system like that. How do you make sure the police are following the rules? And because the answer is always like, oh, but there's like their supervisor, and it's like, so who polices that? Who makes sure that they're on the up and honest? And it's like, oh, well, there's like probably like there's like there's like the FBI. It's like, so who polices them? There are, again, you can't be sure about this. This is my inexperience in hierarchies in terms of the police showing, but the fact that, like, there are people who are more informed than, more level of fact. Like, there is a person who can arrest even the, like, most Democrat, like, who can arrest the president, right? There is a person that exists like that. And then it's like, so where does the real power lie in that system? How does that system really work? And the answer is like, well, let's just try not to think about it too much. Okay, let's add 12 to 371. That gets 383. Okay, that makes the torch here, and then we'll add another 6, 389, and then we have to go across 6 blocks to 387, and now we can start placing in a grid over here too, because this place is just too dark. It shouldn't be. It's a problem. Somebody once told me Toy Cat likes placing torches. Somebody once told me Toy Cat likes placing torches. You ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. I'm sorry, it's true. No politics, Toy Cat. This is a slippery slope for losing all your stuff. No, it's interesting that the whole one of the dumbest things any movement can do is make an issue that should be universal political. As soon as you make a issue down to one political side, like, one of the things I found this terrifying forever. I am terrified of, this long-standing. I am terrified of American police. Like, they walk around with guns. Like, oh yeah, if I was bored, I could shoot you dead before you even think about it. That's that's a thought that terrifies me already. And then, like, the fact that there's like a there is a movement that then became a political movement rather than becoming like a like let's take a difference here, right? Like, there is a broad social... Oh, wait, I don't know. This is politics, technically. But, like, when people turn a social movement into a political one, it fails. Because, yeah, especially when it's a two-party political system, where, like, only one of the parties will be against for something, one against. It's like, oh, that's like the worst move you can make. Who's like in charge of strategy here? Because they should probably be fired for now the thing that like everyone agrees on won't happen, because now there's a good reason to be against it, because I don't know, it's a whole thing. So you probably won't know, but where is my smartwatch charger? I learned about the British concept. Like I knew about this, but I only just learned about it, called the side. And so if I say that your smartwatch charger is on the side, you'll get what I mean. It's interesting because I thought that was like universal in English, but apparently it's an England, UK thing. Like, chat, if I tell Jack Cuff his smartwatch charger is on the side, where do you think that is? Like, what do you think? Where do you think that I'm implying that it is? Because it's very interesting. Also, as we're breaking some rules, what are your opinions on the Star Wars prequels? I like the Star Wars prequels. I think they're good movies. Now, we should move out of the realms. We should go back to the no politics, no religion, no Star Wars rule. It just makes conversation so much more polite. Again, even as much as I think having good conversations is important, but I also think as like a live streamer, if you agree with my take on stuff, and or at least are willing to be open to it, you're in the minority, sadly, right? Like, the majority of people come to a live... like, if you hear about something like that, you're either gonna violently be like, yeah, I agree with it because it's already my opinion. Or you're gonna be the camp of like, huh, I don't like this guy. Can't believe he's expressing his opinion. Expressing opinions is only for the good opinions, and he has the bad opinion, which is like a depressing portion of also what people think. Like, oh, that's a worrying precedent, right? But yeah. So I've been really enjoying the United States so far. It's kind of interesting because there's this you know how I was talking about the internet's very now, it's very here, and so you feel like you have a very accurate picture of like how America is right now, because like I follow so much news about it. And I'll admit, this is probably very different, but this is one of the mistakes that everyone makes, myself included, about America, is thinking it is one place. Like, America is a country, but it is a huge country, not only in terms of people, there's 330 million people from like a trillion different backgrounds and everything like that, and stories. But then it's huge geographically, but also huge in terms of government. Like, America is some of the most evolved government in the world, which means that, like, the concept of, like, the American government is a bit often wacky, right? Because most of the big stuff that, like, you know, for instance, here's a thing, right? On the internet, everyone's been like, oh yeah, can't believe people know where their mosques is, you know, like, it's a fun little bit of shame. It's, you know, who doesn't love shaming strangers on the internet? But then, like, in reality, again, I live in a very outlier part, so I can't even be sure. But it's like I was in a country where it was mandatory to wear them even outside, and there's like more people wearing them here, and it's like, that's weird. That's wacky, right? That's not what I expect. So the kind of take on everything is very different. As you go worldwide. North America and South America are continents, if you're going to correct them. It says Nevea. I'm gonna... anyone who's like, don't call the United States of America, America, like, they're people who learn, you know, like, if you are from one of those countries, like, sure, whatever, like, you're Spanish speaker, and I can correct you on your language mistake. If you are a native English speaker, and you make the mistake of thinking, oh yeah, well, you can't say that, you know, like, also, don't fear, your Lorenzo is here. Hey, good to see you, Lorenzo. Your name, I love that your name isn't Lorenzo, but you've totally stuck with it since then. That is like playing into the joke in a way that I only can aspire to. But, thank you, Lorenzo. It's good to see you here. Just never call Canada America. Thanks. See, right, that's people who insist that America is the continent, I'll call in Canadians Americans. Like, oh yeah, Canadians are Americans. That's just the fact, right? And everyone in the Canada is like, okay. So let me explain. I'm gonna do this for anyone out there who's like, Toy Cat, why are you saying America? Don't you know that's the continent? You know, like I'm very smart material. Like you learn that from someone, and now you're like, aha, look at my smartiesness. Why did I have random blocks of this that aren't filled in? It's very ugly. I should fill those in. In fact, actually, let's switch out to... Oh god, my inventory is a mess. I want to put some stuff in a chest, actually. But the problem is that like the way the English language is it's not prescriptive. It's descriptive. It's like you can, if I say squabblegump right now, that's not a word at the moment, but if enough people say squabblegump, it becomes a word. The word selfie didn't... Okay, apologies for making the stream a bit too serious. Glad to hear your opinions. Casual chats are great too. Hey, thank you, Mark. The word selfie didn't exist before this century. 20 years ago, if you say selfie to someone, they're like, so you mean like... And then they're going to show their hand to you, and they're going to maybe rotate it in some ways you're concerned about. Like, that word did not exist, but now it does, right? How do you think that happened? Do you think there was like a man in a room somewhere who said, "Oh yeah, this word, you know, this is now a thing," right? Same with the word gay. You know, gay means happy, right? Like that's the dictionary definition. But most dictionaries also say gay means homosexual, right? Why is that the case? Toy Cat, when is your OnlyFans out? The OnlyFans is out right now. Don't you worry, fat cats. You can simp. You can go there right now. I need to link up all my details on it, but you can go to onlyfans.com/toycat, get some Minecraft maps. Yeah, that's what we all want, right? Yeah, let's play some cobblestone down there. This is a dumb thing for me not to have done yet. But like so okay, can we all agree that gay at some point, even though it had a meaning already, it switched meaning. You could use the old meaning. But if I say, oh yeah, that man over there looks gay, what do you assume I meant about him? I could technically mean the other one, but society shifted from one meaning to the other. It's, you know, that's what, like, when people get stuck in the whole trans issue, right? It's because it seems like, wait a minute, but we used to only have two of the... I'm gonna get it all mixed up and someone's gonna hate me, but like, we used to have two of the thing, and now there's more. It's like, oh, there's still two of the... We've de-linked the words for the biological one, for the how you want to be perceived by the world thing. You know, there's sex on this side and there's gender over there. Like, that's what society is doing with those words. Because you obviously still need... And like, the thing that's happened with that is America, right? America used to, you know, like, in fact, even in the English-speaking world, America has never meant the continents. There is two continents with America in the name in English. There's North America and there's South America. North America is the United States, Canada, Mexico, Peru, Jamaica, you know, not Peru. Like, it's Central America and North America are in the North American continent. I know it's confusing to say that Central America is in North America, but you know what? Life is confusing, isn't it? And then there's South America, which are the countries, you probably know South America. So, you know, it's quite a famous batch of countries. For some reason, it's mostly like Spanish speakers who moved to the English speaking world who are making a valid English mistake. And that's fair enough. Like, let's not criticize them. Let's explain how it is. But when people make that mistake, English speakers go, wow, you are, I like to imagine you didn't place that cobblestone just to annoy your viewers back in the day, but it's you who's annoyed. I like to believe that's canon now, actually. That's what happened. I tried to annoy my viewers, but really I'm my own viewer. But like, rather than correcting people and being like, oh, so actually America is the colloquial term for the United States, people go, huh, guess you're right, you know. I guess Brazil is in America. You know, that's... Brazilians are, I'd say, the most annoyed about it, but like, I guess Argentina is in America. And it's like, that is true in a different language, but also not colloquially. And given that we work with a language which is based on how our peers are using it, if everyone around you says that America is the country, then America is the country. If I say America is a an adjective for McDonald's, like, oh, I'm going to America later today. Do you want to get that Travis Scott meal? And it makes no sense when I say it, but if it picks up enough steam, if everyone starts saying it, then shockingly enough, by the way the English works, because there's no person in charge of it. By the way the dictionaries work, because again, it's a wacky thing. That starts to be the case. Brazil do be in America, says Arujo. So you're right, yeah. Brazil's in America. The Travis Big Macs, they're in America. My hopes and dreams, they're all in America. Like you can say whatever you want. English, the thing about correct English, right? Okay, this is gonna sound like a dumb conspiracy, but this is just like listen to like an actual linguistics professor speak, and they'll say it this way too. The way, like, the idea of proper English is kind of an invention. Okay, so let's step back a bit. Let's talk. Oh, thank you, Emma Swift.
Hi, I missed these streams. Hello, fellow member wives.
Hey, I mentioned you earlier. You super chatted just before I was about to let's play actually, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I like seeing that. Also, it's good to see you. I'm glad you are still a member wife. It has been too long since we cracked that joke. Just as a brief lesson, when we think about English, when we think about language, we think about it as being correct and incorrect. And there are languages that are like that. But if you take most languages that have existed in the modern age, let's take, Spanish, right? Spanish that is spoken in Spain is different to Spanish that is spoken in Mexico. That, I think we can all agree, yeah? Okay. Spanish that is spoken in Mexico is different to the Spanish spoken in Argentina. Spanish spoken in Spain, different. All the Spanish types are different. But even within Spain itself, Spain is a very diverse country. Like, you don't think of it that way because that's what countries do. But Spain is actually a huge collection of people. Some of those people don't even speak Spanish, by the way. They speak Catalonian. But we'll leave to the side the people who don't even speak Spanish, and we'll say of the people in Spain who speak Spanish, people speak it different. Some of that we're going to consider as accents. Some of that is people speaking entirely different dialects. The whole point of a language, language is just a dialect, a similar, like English and Americans, we speak the same kind of different language, right? Hey! Spanish, and a language is just a dialect with an army and a flag or whatever. But a language is a thing that a country has. The variety you can have within a language is huge, because a language is just a tool of a country. Like, a way to make people think they're the same is by saying they speak the same language, It's weird that it works that way, but it does work that way, huh? Isn't that interesting? So, okay, this is the block there should be one on. So, when you go to school, they teach you about proper English. They'll teach you about proper Spanish, or whatever else, right? They teach you the ways of the things. Also, someone became a member, but I can't see it in my feed, and I can't see it in chat either. So I'm sorry that I missed you, but I do care about you becoming my wife. When you learn proper stuff in school, it's so that there is some commonality between your country. It is so that everyone can understand. Like, again, German's another crazy example. A lot of Germans inside Germany can barely understand each other. Germans can't understand Germans who live in Switzerland. It's like, they would, again, this sounds insane, but if a German speaker in Switzerland speaks to a German speaker in Germany, a lot of the time, if they both speak English, they'll switch out to English because they'll understand each other better. Because they'll at least learn the same variety of English, whereas they don't have the same variety of Spanish. And so we learn these particular varieties in school because that is how you keep a country together. How do you convince people that there is such a thing as American, or such a thing as British, such a thing as Italian, such a thing as German or Spanish? We all speak the same language, and that language is part of, like, you tie that into an ST2, which is so weird. We all speak Spanish, so we are Spaniards, we are Hispanic. There is a race category. I find this, I still don't quite get it. I want to get it, but I'm like still mildly confused. There is a race category just called Hispanic. It's like you can be whatever race you are, but if you speak Spanish, you are like you've got a race designation. You know, you can also be something else as well as Hispanic, and it's like, huh, that's interesting. You're in America, poor guy. It's when I was first looking to move to America, things were looking scary here, and things were like really safe in Europe, the UK especially. Now the infection rates here are actually safer, and also the country is freer. You know, like everything's as normal. Just wear a mask, and also there are fewer options available at some fast food places sometimes, but not even really. It's a nice change, I guess, on that level. It's giving you the freedom to make that choice on your own level, I guess, which is kind of cool. Anyway, so what I was trying to say right there is languages don't really exist in the sense like they do. Like, and obviously it's like, well, they obviously do. Every single person speaks very slightly differently across the globe, and then there are categories of people who are mutually able to have conversations, and then we could broadly call those like those people speak the same, you know, like group of languages. But then once you get within a country, within a town, people will speak differently, and then you only make them speak the same so that you can have a national identity. You combine that with a people. Oh yeah, Americans. What is an American? Like there is, you know, like people call it like, oh yeah, but like there's no ethnic group that makes someone American. You probably picture a white person when you picture an American, but that's only like 55% of the country. And even the idea of a white person, like it's a very American invention. Like, you know, you could argue it was created for the purposes of racism. Like, oh yeah, let's have the whites and then the other. I don't know for sure why there's like in Europe there is no concept of like, oh, you're all white, so we're all on the same team, right? But in America, like there's like a partial conception of that. Like the you know, like the fact that these are things that all you can imagine is all I don't want to call it a construct, because like everyone calls everything a construct, but it is all, you know, it's all contrived by human beings. There is, besides your like, there are only a few things that are like, let's call it inalienable, right? There are only a few things that are objectively, you know, like things about someone, and we don't use those to define people because they're inconvenient for the purpose of power. Like, I would say one of the most important defining factors is like, you know, let's call it like the business versus artist factor. Like, are you, you know, that's like one of the big divides we have in the society. Like, business people reap the rewards of, you know, sometimes it feels like the artist's hard work. Like, what's the scoop with that, huh? Or like, you know, there are lots of like very interesting ways to divide people, like intellectual or not. There is, you know, there's a trillion things like that. But instead we make nation religions and flags and languages, and we invent the idea that like, oh yeah, all people born here, there's something special about that. Even when you point to America, where it's like factually not true because the immigrant population is always such a large proportion of the whole, then you've got to make it about an idea. And that's the fact that America is about an idea rather than a race is something I like about this country. That's what I was trying to get at very early, mildly earlier. Like, the fact that anyone can be an American is cool, you know? It's a very interesting concept. Whereas you can't become, you know, like, I don't know, you can't become Irish, can you, right? Like, it's an interesting distinction. There are only a few countries in the world where you can become that thing. But I think that's how all countries should be. I think just because you were born in a particular piece of land, it shouldn't affect if you should eventually... Oh, why am I going to sleep? Why did I even come back to my house? Hi, Toycat. I'm a Welsh granny. I love your streams. Hope America's treating you well. It is, Christine. Thank you. Also, I forgot to mention race style. I didn't know Jesus was an Arab and a communist. I think communist is probably a bit far, but yeah, Jesus... People see, like, religion as a very, like, right-wing thing, but Jesus... And I think, like, religion prior to Jesus was probably very... not like that, but, like, Jesus was definitely very... Jesus would be considered a very far-left figure if he said what he said today. It's very interesting. That proves another thing, that like we take the messages we want from the past sometimes. We kind of make our own. And by we, I don't actually mean you and me. Sorry, you don't get to make your own meanings. I don't get to make my own meanings. Although hopefully you get to make that yourself. But like the fact that there's like, oh yeah, there's the Jesus people, right? You know who the Jesus people are. That's like, why is that find a way? Oh, here's a cool thing, by the way. Here's a thing we can finally do. Wales is great. Thank you. Really, look, I have, because this doesn't lag anymore, or at least it doesn't lag on realms, I can finally place the torches around here that I haven't been able to. Is that lava? God, that's terrifying. I can finally place the torches around here. But yeah, so, actually, okay, wait, can I tell you, I learned this because I was reading a book for a while on the plane, so I'll share the most interesting little tidbit that I learned recently. Because, one of the separations in humanity that I always find so interesting is the idea that humans are not, that humans aren't really animals. Like, we know we're animals now, but even now it feels wrong to call humans an animal, right? Like, there are humans and there are animals, and they feel like categories that, you know, it's like saying, oh yeah, cats and trees are both living things, and it's like, well, there's a bit of a difference between them, right? There's a bit of wait, we're talking about religion, aren't we? Damn it. Oh wait, not right now, we're not. So let's stay off religion. Actually, one little tidbit about religion in this. So it feels so weird to call animals. It feels so weird to call animals like humans animals rather, because it just feels like we're so far removed. And for most of history, I think it was like Charles Darwin or something, like 150 years ago is when we concluded that, like, oh, I guess we are. And, you know, like, the idea had existed before then. Like, if you think about, like, hunter-gatherer humans, that's when we're, like, most aware that we are animals. We have to, like, every day we fend for ourselves, and we can't fend for ourselves, we die. That's why there are so many, like, brutal practices that, like, exist in nature that we can avoid in society. I've mentioned the idea before, and it's brutal, but it's true that just... Oh, yeah, Hey, Kylie!
Have to go to work now, but it was nice to catch a stream. I've missed them. I hope you have a good week and enjoy the United States.
Thank you very much, Kylie. I hope that didn't echo, by the way, into my microphone, because that was kind of loud. But I really appreciate that, Kylie. Thank you for the £9.42. Also, wow, Chantal, it's a really common idea in religions that humans are not animals. Wow, what's that? Are you no religion, no politics, no Star Wars? That is an unbreakable rule that you have just broken. Can you believe that, chat? A moderator just broke a rule. What punishment can we even have? But no, more seriously. Yeah, the place I was kind of taking this is that we see ourselves as separate. And the idea, this, like, blew my mind that someone made this link. I don't even, again, like, it's all interpretations. It's all, like, how you want to link facts together. But if you look at the Bible, right? The whole Garden of Eden, it's such a dumb story when you look back. But no offense, like it's there's nothing you can learn from that story. But one of the things that it tells you, like, kind of intuitively, is that, like, oh yeah, at one point humans were one with the animals. We had to, you know, like, you found things in the garden, and you had to live at one with the garden. Like, you know, for the longest time, being at one with nature was like the primary human. If we did have religions, it was all about being one with nature. Like, and that there are still some of those that live to this day. But most religion now is not about being one with nature. It's like we conquer nature. It's like, you know, being in tight, you know, like something about you know, going out and, like, working, you know, making sure that you can survive for yourself. Like, you as a human are above nature. If you need to destroy nature to function as a human, you do that, buddy. Which, you know, like, obviously has some disastrous consequences in the long run. But and like, so the idea of the Garden of Eden not actually being like this whole thing, but like just being a way to teach people, like, hey, did you know you don't have to live off the trees that God gives you. You go, you make your own trees that you live off. You go, you kill a snake if you've got to. you know, you marry your sister if that's what it takes. I think, like, I could be wrong, but since there's only like 2 humans who started civilization, right? Everyone's mildly incest related. I guess they don't really feed that message too heavily anymore. Thank you, Amelia Bing Bong. I heard you were going to live stream. Sad that I would be at school. Currently, conveniently, I woke up very sick today and couldn't be happier. Stay safe in the US. I'm assuming if you just woke up today, that it is, 9 hours. I'm assuming you just woke up at 1 a.m., so you're in Europe somewhere, or maybe you just woke up very late. Wait, or you woke up very sick and can... You know, I don't understand any of this, but thank you, Amelia. I think I misinterpreted that like 3 times. I'll never talk about Star Wars because I know literally nothing about it, so there's that. I wish... Okay, you know, this is my controversial take on, like, every dumb thing that has a controversy every year. Is like, we need to normalize not caring about things. That's the thing that we should have, like... You know, okay, there's a huge controversy with the Oscars happening right now. Do you know what the best solution is? I didn't care about the Oscars before. I don't care about them now. You know, like, oh, I think they're doing a dumb thing. I guess I'm really angry. No, they're doing a dumb thing and I still don't care. I care even less now because there's even less of a reason for me to. Like, the idea that, like, there are certain things that get into us and, like, you have to have an opinion on it. Like, oh, was the new Star Wars trilogy any good? You know, I thought they were okay. If you released them as standalone movies, they'd be mediocre at best. Because they're Star Wars, some people love them, some people hate them. Let's not, you know. Hey, we actually did religion, politics, and Star Wars all in one stream. We had, like... But, like, I wish not having an opinion was acceptable to more people. Because most people don't have an opinion about most issues. Like, we are best when we're at our... Like, humans are specialist animals, right? We are at our best when we are, you know, in our field of specialty. Like, that is one of the trends of humanity that isn't going away anytime too soon. One of the once we separated from the animals or whatever, like, once we started to think of ourselves as being human beings, not animals. One of the key... Oh, hey there, Zombie. How you doing today? So once we separate from just being animals, once we started being the humans, right? One of the things we had to start doing was being not good at everything, but being kind of good at a lot of things. And okay, look at this. This torch grid is slowly coming together. And it's very interesting to me that even though we do that really well physically, I will admit right now I am just a theoretical physicist. I'm not even a real one. You know, you can admit right now, oh yeah, I have no idea how electricity works. Like, I know you push electrons through the cable. Like, I care about electricity, but still very confused by it all. Like, we all admit, like, our own little specialties, right? I was in a store the other day. Wait, can I tell you about, like, a very embarrassing moment for me? I was in a store yesterday. I was buying... I can show you the thing I bought, actually. Oh, no, I can't. I've lost it. But I was buying a controller for my phone. And while I was in the store, the employee went away to get the thing. So someone else walked in, and they're like... They assumed I worked there. Like, I guess I'm wearing clothes to be cool in a tech store. And they're like, so do you know which of these headsets are for gaming? And I knew immediately she probably had made a mistake. What giant thing should I build in Minecraft near the giant Let's Play house? So far, there's only a witch hut. Okay, if you've got to build something giant... Oh, no, Google. No! If you've got to build something giant, Vegaretta, I think the coolest thing to see giant would be the cave house, right? Let's, like, have them next to each other. I'd love to, like, for the scale reasons, but also... I wonder how a giant cave even looks. Because, you know, you've seen the giant witch hut, seen the giant Let's Play house. What does a giant cave look like? I don't even know. How about we find that one out? I agree. Too many people are opinionated. Like, it's fine to be opinionated about things, but, like, to have an opinion on everything devalues every individual opinion. Like, you know? Like, if... The whole idea of the lowest common... Oh, God. I made a mistake over here. But I guess I've got to fix for each and every one of these torches. Well, no time like the present, am I right? But yeah, one of the things is we specialize very much in physical things. I went to the store, and they assumed that I was specialized in gaming heads. So I was like, oh yeah, that's you could game on that one. And then I like tried to move on. She's like, so do you know like my son plays Fortnite, and you know which one would be like good for Fortnite? And then I just walked out of the store. I was just like, I could do this interaction, but the easiest way that doesn't embarrass either of us is if I just walk out right now. She'll assume I'm a bad employee, and you know, like she'll hate the Razer brand or whatever it is more, and I don't have to. I'm not dealing with customers today. So yeah, that was a fun time. I hope you all enjoy that secondhand awkwardness. I've never had that before in my life. I've never had someone assume I was an employee. And I wish it was something I was like actually good with, because I'd love to like pretend to be an employee. Like, you know, someone goes into a Five Guys, I'll be your employee at Five Guys. I can't, but like I can be your, you know, your sensei that guides you through your burger choice. I can do that for you, you know. But if you're asking for other things, I'm afraid that's where my help ability runs out. Okay, no, man, my voice. I've been coughing a lot recently. I've also been really short on breath, and I've lost my sense of smell, and so I feel like the only thing I can do about it is like to go into huge groups of people. What do you guys think? That's been my. See, wait, do you see that was a joke right there? Just to clarify, on the internet now, jokes have to be clarified, or people have strong opinions about you. But no, so there's some classic introversion, man. Employees are a social construct. It is correct, like right? Like your employer, if your employer just stops paying you tomorrow, what are you gonna do? If your employer stops existing tomorrow, what are you gonna do? This is the worst thing. This is one of the like bad business practices that I really despise, but it is widespread. When an employer goes bankrupt, the employees are like some of the last to like get their slice of the pie, because like it's unsecured debt. Like it's tragic. That's how it's seen, but that's how it is. Which means that if your employer is going under financial difficulties, they're legally not allowed to mention it, because it was like they're not allowed to tell you that they're probably going under before they go under, because that's like inside information. So like right now, your employer could be just about to go under, and if they did, the money just wouldn't come in. You'd be doing the work. You know, your end of the social construct be happening. But then you realize, like, oh yeah, you can only make money if they're making money. Like, a key part of the employer social construct is that they need to be making money to pay you money. It doesn't just come out of thin air. Like, there is a real thing to it. I'll become the new employer. You know, that's what you gotta do, right? That's what you gotta do. Unemployment checks, says Cassie Kaiser. So unemployment in America works very differently to how it does in the UK. In the UK, like as I understand it, like it's a percentage of what you've earned in your job or something like that. It's interesting because it's like, in theory, it means that you'd actually get a percent of your pay, whereas in the UK you just get like, it's called job seekers allowance, which is like hilariously low for like everyone. So that's like a system where it's like, oh yeah, having a scale based on who you are. Except during the pandemic, everyone gets more unemployment rate. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna no politics here today. So yeah, let me just kind of my main thought there was meant to be like, everyone feels like they have to have an opinion on everything now. Like, why would you not? You know. Also, thank you, Legit Dash. We America people don't yeehaw, we chow down. Don't know what that means, but you know what I do know. I know that I appreciate you saying it. XX Legit Dash XX. Oh, we're gonna drink some more water from my thing. Do you know what I love, by the way? I don't see them very often anymore. I love that some stores, maybe it's in the cold parts of America, they give you like foam cups. Like it's like these plastic cups that you get for fountain drinks. I had some high C in here. But it's like, but it's made of foam or like polystyrene or something. I don't know why. I don't know how. I just know I like it. Anyway, so you know, let's go like a thing I like about America. Let's make like sandwiches of things I like, things I dislike, things I like. So we end on a positive, start on a positive. Theory, this is pre-recorded gameplay. This is Fat Cat. Oh no, you caught me. You caught me, guys. It's all over. Wait, do you want to see my controller? It's got the ugliest micro USB cable in the world. Look how like stained yellow this is. I don't even know where I got this from. If I'm being entirely honest with you. Wow, it sure is late in the day. It's 3 p.m., huh? Chow down means eat food. Oh yeah, chow down. I get it because fat. Right, I get it. Foam cups are bad for the environment, but they're good for my they're bad for the environment at large, but they're good for my local environment, as in like a bubble around me. Wait, do you want to know something crazy? This like blows my mind. If you're in an apartment building in Nevada, there is no recycling. Like not like us, like they take the recycling. Like there is no recycling bin. There is a pile of trash, and then that's that's it. That's the whole thing, and I find that to be so interesting. Like it's just fascinating to me. Cover your Let's Play in US flags. I only can't cover the world in flags because of something Microsoft rules, but I would love to. Why does your kitchen have mirrors? Oh, can you see the mirrors from? Okay, you know what? First, okay, can you actually? I think you can actually. This is the. Oh, I can see me back there. Yeah, this is the weirdest kitchen I've ever seen. It is like hilariously huge. It is a kitchen that is like entirely mirror. Like there's no walls in this kitchen that aren't mirror. I should give it. Do you want to see a setup tour at some point, friends? I don't want to do one unless like people actually want one, because it's such a temporary setup, you know. Maybe I should do one anyway. There's another video done. There's no recycling in lots of places in America because it's hard to make money doing it. I also understand that for certain parts of America, the shipping involved in like the recycling, and then the fact that like no one even wants the recycling on the other end because we can't make a profit, means that it's like so much more expensive to recycle. And it's like, well, also I live in a state. If you look at Nevada on a map, it looks like it's close to other states, but it's just one city, one other city, and then nothingness. Like you could dump hundreds of years of landfill here. Like you probably shouldn't. It's interesting, right? Because it's one of those examples where like the correct thing to do, objectively, is to recycle because it's more sustainable, and everyone loves the word sustainable. But and that's like for most places, most of the world, even like I'd say 90% of the world, that's definitely smart, right? Or 90% of the industrialized world. But there are certain places where that just isn't even economically smart. That just you know, the issue. There are issues that become necessary in certain places, but they're not necessary. It's like it's hard to describe what I'm trying to go over right here. But the fact that like there is, you know, like the idea of like land running out to like put the garbage in. It's like, well, that's local. Like in certain localities, that's a huge issue. But apparently out here, no one considers it an issue because there's like so much space. There's even people who like want the landfill here because you can use it to like. This blows my mind that this is a fact. It sounds like I'm making it up, so please look this up if you even question this a little bit. But landfill is what people use to create new land. Like if you want to build an island, you send landfill there, and then you cover it up with grass or whatever. And it's like, really? And it's like, yeah. You want to make a hill? You could buy dirt, but dirt is more expensive than garbage. Garbage is so cheap that people want it. And it's like, huh, that is very interesting to me. Maybe it's just to me though. But so press the L stick to run. Huh. Oh wait, you saying you press it, Jessica, myself. I prefer. Actually, oh, that's so interesting to me. I prefer using it for perspective change. I don't know what my perspective change actually is now. Now that you mention it, I guess I just don't have perspective change. I can see my bad omen effect though. Ottawa has a whole beach made out of garbage. Yeah, there's this thing. I forget the most famous example of this, but there is a whole island somewhere, like a giant one, where it's just like, oh yeah, we had to build into the sea, and so we use garbage. Oh, there are airports that are built over garbage. Like it's such a, I don't know how, I don't know why. it's just fascinating that it's genuinely the best resource to use sometimes, because you never, like, we make rules of thumb that are easy to follow, like, oh yeah, you know what's good? Recycling. And again, if you live in a big city, especially one that has very limited space, no easy landfill access, you need to recycle as much as you can, because then it at least goes somewhere else. Like in New York, for instance, they literally used to throw... Okay, this is... I didn't believe this. I didn't think this was a genuine sane thing. I thought it was a Futurama joke. They literally just used to throw it in the river and be like, it'll go to the ocean, I guess. Like, I couldn't find a date for when they stopped doing that, but that was genuinely the solution to trash for a while in New York City. And it's like, well, that's bad, right? That's not smart. But yeah, I every time I remember that, I'm just like, man, that you know, like it's cool that we do so many things, that someone came up with that idea and we were like, okay, I guess, and now that's just what we do, huh? We need to remove these torches, move them one to the left. Okay, so one kind of... Oh, I want to just finish my little point before we go here. That one of the things that I feel like we feel obliged to do on a kind of worrying level is, like, everyone needs to have an opinion on everything, right? Like, and having opinions is great. Like, I'm gonna hate someone for having an opinion, especially if it's well thought out. I love hearing interesting opinions. Even if you disagree with them, you learn something from everyone you speak to, or you should, if they're well thought out. But like when we specialized, you know, we become very specialized little species. When we became specialized, we kind of accepted, like, oh yeah, so you're gonna, like, I don't know anything about plumbing. I don't know anything about logistics. I don't know anything about a lot of things. Oh, this is one off as well, and that's okay, you know. But oh god, is this whole thing like one block off for some reason? I guess it is. Oh, this is 2 blocks off, so that's nice. But when it comes to like stuff, we're like, you know what? That's a complex issue that has nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna try my best to have the most passion. I have very strong opinions, don't you know? That's kind of my superpower, you know. I think about things and then I feel strongly about them. And it's like, well, that's not useful. That's not what we should be doing. We should, you know, like, and the fact, like, you know, like, what do I need to care about the Oscars? I don't know too much about the movie industry. Are they the most important thing in the world, or is it a hype event that makes itself interesting to people by having controversy every year? Which is it? I believe the latter, but I'm not an expert. I genuinely have no clue. I think it is a manufactured controversy every single year. But, because, you know, there is one every year. They'll get a controversial presenter. Or it'll be controversial because now they've got new criteria this year that people are calling the woke checklist or something. I don't actually know the name of it. But, like, by having a thing every year, the real loser is the thing. I don't like where this grid issue is going. Yeah, I think the whole grid on the other side of this is mildly misaligned, which is fine. So yeah, this little area over here is one of the last things we need to light up. I don't know when we'll do this. I want to believe next week, but let me know. Would you like to see a setup tour? Would you like to see more of this? Or would you like to see me do some form of dumb Minecraft challenge for next week's video? I'm going to get a capture card set up soon. Actually, a capture card probably arrived while I was streaming today! Well, there goes my cartography table. Oh, no it doesn't. Never mind. I was wrong and a fool for thinking that would happen. Okay, so let's just cover this in some dirt. Make it nice and flat. Very much not ugly. There we go. Very, very beautiful, as you can see. No one would ever guess that a creeper came here. And then let's place that cartography table down. Thank you very much for watching. I know things are a bit messy right now. Be honest with me. Thank you for everyone who's saying you want the things. Be honest with me. Is my audio working, or is it a mess that you're just putting up with? Because to me it sounds so bad, but my laptop has really bad speakers, so I don't know how much are the speakers, how much is me. What do you think, fellas? Is it okay? Because I think it sounds really good when I get up close. It's good to me. Audio sounds good enough. Audio is lit. I think you're froggy. It's good to see you. It's been a while. It's better than your last video. Audio's fine. Sounds good. Sounds good. Too loud. Audio sounds good. Thank you for streaming. It was amazing. The sound is fine. Sounds pretty good. Sounds like a fun challenge. Yeah, one of the challenges I want to do that I've just been putting off forever is beating Minecraft with only 3 inventory slots or something like that. You know, like a dumb low number. So yeah, we could also just... Honestly, I don't think speedrunning is the right idea for right now. We're going to do like dumb speedrunning, so if you want to see that, let me know. But now, I'm going to go... I don't know what I'm going to do, actually. I've got like 4 or 5 hours left in my day, which is such a cool, different thing. Life is different these days. Oh, and also, I've got a video about stairs coming tomorrow that I'm excited about, and you should be too. Or maybe you shouldn't be, you know? It's a short life. Who can be excited about things? So thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Marcel Entertainment. My current challenge is turning my Minecraft base into a forest. Oh, that's a cool... I love the idea of, like, neverizing the overworld. Can't believe I haven't done that yet. Can't believe I'm not stealing that idea right now. But you know what I am doing right now? Saying... Wait, I should do that in my little... Wait. Here's an idea, right? You know how I've got the Enchanted Valley? I don't know why I called it that. It's such a dumb name. But I've got this area over here. I should totally, like, make it into... Oh, Christ. I think if you warp trees here and there to go good... I think that'd be nice. Like, just weird mystical stuff. Put some netherrack down. Some blackstone in the walls. Yeah, I think that's what I could do here. It might go well. It might be awful. I don't know for sure. Speedrun a dumb texture pack. Oh no, I'm saving, I want to do a, spoiler alert, but my assistant is coming to, visit me in a few weeks. 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't actually know. Stuff's happening real soon, huh? But she's coming soon, and she wanted to be here while I streamed, Minecraft with no textures. So I think we're gonna do that together. We've hinted, okay, this is a hint. Maybe it would be a melon juice stream. Maybe. I think my assistant's an alcoholic. I don't know for sure though. So we'll have to work that one out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you. That'd be a cool idea, right? Like put some plants in. I might do that in the Let's Play on Monday. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you showing up. Hey, you can see him at Bella78. But I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, I didn't actually end it. Oops. I set up the end live stream hotkey, but I guess I didn't do it correctly. Oh, I hit start recording instead of... Oh, yeah, I hit them... I set them up on the wrong buttons. So I pressed start recording instead of stop. Well, you know, we all make mistakes. You know what, you can hang out. I'm gonna leave. You guys can stay here. Do you wanna see something very American I picked up? I got some ketchup and fries. Flavored cotton candy. And you might be like, how is that even gonna work, Toy Cat? How can you flavor it like ketchup and fries? And believe me, they tried, and they didn't